Also, I saw that the band, the name Kauze means a reason for action, which is really cool. So is that what you guys are all about?
Yes, thank you. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I think that a lot of people look at music and look at metal, especially on an underground, independent level, as very passive. I think that people say they believe in something and say they're behind something, and they just don't. Their actions don't back their words up. And I think that, that's what this band thing is a reason for an action. It's a reason for people to get up and rise up and start believing in metal again, and believing in music, and believing in themselves in the process. So, I think that people being on the sidelines and people just sitting there and, being, if you will, lackadaisical about their admiration or appreciation for music, as they should. I think that people, there should be a statement for people, and it should inspire people to be more involved in this music scene, because we are hurting, and this music scene is hurting, and it's not in a positive place. I was just explaining to the band the other day at band practice. It's like when we started this band in 2005 and 2006, when we were starting all these gigs and stuff. It was like a different world.
Right.
It's like we jumped in a time machine, and we went to where music is dead and rotting, and people
right.
don't book shows anymore, and people don't want metal. They want pop, and they want this and that. And so, especially in Hollywood, where the scene was just thriving, all these clubs that used to back us and all these promoters, they're not doing shows anymore, and the clubs are closing down, and the people aren't going to shows. People don't want to spend $7 as much as they used to. We appreciate people who go to shows, and people still do go to shows. I'm not saying that. We love our fans, but it's just it's not what it used to be, and it could be a lot more not for us, for everybody. For everybody.
Right.
I'm going to see, I'm going to go, I went to see Strapping Ladder or something when they were just doing their last tour. I mean, it was a couple of years ago, but still, it was like no one was there. It's like all these bands that are absolutely amazing. It's just like, especially recently, like no one seems to appreciate it as much as they used to, at least.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I grew up back in the 80s when it was just thriving, so incredible. So, yeah, I kind of miss those days. But I think it's picking up a little bit more than it was. I mean, it was really dead there for a while. But now, I'm going out to shows, seeing some more people and stuff, and more festivals and concerts and stuff. So I'm glad to see that anyways.
Yeah. And it's still out there, and it's great to see people still pushing and doing it. It's just it's not as revered as it used to be enough.
Right.
Someone asked me, it's like, what's the difference between the music scene now and what it was in the 80s? And it's like, the difference between now is the red carpet is rolled up and they're beating us to death with it. It's like,
right.
Then it was all about limousines and chicks and this and that, and no, none of that's involved in anything that's going on right now. So we're lucky if we get sandwiches backstage.
So throw us some names out there of some other groove metal bands that we may not know about, or people that are into that genre that are tuned in right now that they may have heard of. So throw some names out there.
Okay. Even though some people say this is like not exactly groove metal, I believe that they totally are. Crowbar, that band is absolutely amazing as far as when it comes to groove metal. I listen to a lot of other different music, and I go listen to all kinds of different genres to kind of like clear my palate. But
really, like what?
Definitely my favorite. I listen to a lot of Doors, kind of a lot of alternative artists like Chris Cornell and like Tom Waits and stuff like that. But when I get back, to groove metal, I guess for me, so Crowbar, Propane, a band called Propane. Out of New York, they're just totally awesome. Candiria, again, great band, great groove metal band. Pantera, that's just the biggest, most basic groove metal band I could think of. They're definitely groove metal.
Now, are you talking old Pantera or new Pantera, the newer?
Well, yeah, not the 80s stuff, but yeah. Yeah, you're talking about power, what is it, power metal and, Jungle in the Night or whatever the hell. But no, I love those records. But no, yeah, their modern stuff is groove metal. Machine Head is definitely a groove metal band. Chimera is definitely a groove metal band. If anybody's into them, let me see. Prong. Prong is another great groove metal band. Pissing Razors, they don't even exist anymore, but that's another fantastic groove metal band. So the genre is definitely there, and that's another thing. It's like groove metal itself is just such an underrated kind of, like totally on the sidelines of metal genre type thing. And, I mean, a lot of people play it, and a lot of people claim they are in groove metal bands, but it's like, I don't know, you see all these kids, and they go to, like, thrash shows and stuff, and they dress like it's 1985, and they got the denim jackets, and this and that, and it's like, I don't know. Let's see the same scene for modern thrash and groove and hardcore and groove metal and hardcore music and stuff. I don't know, wear camo and cut off shirts and look tough. I don't know what do whatever you want to do, but it's like if these guys get a scene going on there, it's like there should be the same kind of, I don't know, atmosphere, for modern metal, thrash metal, groove metal, hardcore, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So, but yeah.
All right, well, cool. Lane, I want to talk to you a little bit about your bandmates. Now, is it the same lineup since 2005?
We've been moving around some stuff. We try to keep it as real as possible. We just got a new guitar player. My guitar player that I've been working with since 2005, he went to do his own side project, which is called Divine Era. And that's my buddy Dai Wachi. And so after that, we just got a brand new guitar player, Chris Felice. He's part of a death metal band out here in Los Angeles called The Cauterized. And so we've been getting him up to speed and just kind of getting some new, because I mean the Rice Tower is, I got a lot of 7 songs already done for it. So it's just getting him up to speed on the past catalog, new stuff, and then writing new songs with him and adding his style in and that kind of thing. So it's an exciting time, and it's a new chapter definitely as far as songwriting and getting some new ideas stuff in there. Because it's nice to throw ideas back in songwriting, because I've been doing so much of it just on my own through the past couple of years. So it's nice to have that. And I just work with so many fantastic drummers. I can't even mention. Like, so as I said, Ken Shock from Candiria, he worked with us on Epiphany, and then before that, my friend Dan Welby, who was in a band called Hostile Groove and Hell Hath No Fury out here, he played drums with us. And then during Epiphany, this is actually very interesting. We were in the studio with my guitar player, Dai, and, working with that guy Dean, and then, Ken Shock from Candiria and all that. We were in the studio recording Epiphany. Well, all the time, simultaneously, I'm at a rehearsal studio like 2 blocks away from the studio that we're recording in, practicing and doing the whole live lineup with a totally different group of people.
Wow.
Because during Epiphany, the reason why we worked with Ken Shock was we didn't have a drummer at that time. And then during halfway recording Epiphany, we actually were so lucky enough to meet back with my friend that I met in college, the college that we both went to, Musicians Institute. I met back with my friend, Mikey Gomez, our current drummer, and during that time, we got together as Kauze. So simultaneously, I'm in the studio recording with this lineup, and then I'm going down 2 blocks down the street and playing the same set of songs with a different group of people, like for 3 or 4 months. So it was really kind of weird. But it was cool because that was the only way that I could play shows at that time. So it was so that was kind of cool. So yeah, So at that time we weren't even playing shows with my guitarist at the time, Dai. So it was a completely different lineup.
He died.
Dai, yeah, the guy, the guitar player that we just parted ways with.
Oh, okay, yeah. And who's your bass player?
Jesse. Yeah, he's been in the band as a constant. So. He wasn't on the record. He came in about the same time as Michael Gomez did when we were in the middle of recording Epiphany. I was just kind of like realizing, okay, I'm in the studio, I'm doing this other record. I kind of have to think of putting together the next official Kauze live lineup. So yeah, he was part of that. The other crew, the guys down the street. So, but yeah, I mean, he officially came in around that time, and we've been doing that. But he came in a little bit before that too. So, but he wasn't. He didn't participate in the studio. I don't remember why. But yeah, he's been in the band as pretty much as a constant for years. And before that, you know, I had my friend Christian playing bass. But you know, I mean, it's just, you know, we've been around since 2005, so it's kind of almost impossible to avoid, you know, replacing people, you know, from that point. You know what I mean?
Right.